DeSean Jackson. DeSean Jackson was obviously hired as the head coach of Delaware State, HBCU. And I wanted to ask you, he made a new hire as his running back coach, former NFL star Clinton Portis. Now, Shaun, do you have any thoughts on DeSean taking the Delaware State job? Do you think it's to jump to another job, or do you think he'll actually develop that program? Delaware State has won 2 games in the last 2 seasons, so definitely a rebuild program there at the HBCU level. But what are your thoughts on DeSean Jackson coaching at Delaware State and then hiring Clinton Portis as his running back coach?
I think a lot of this is the Deion effect. For whatever reason, college football has shied away from hiring former NFL players into some of these positions. But because Deion had a lot of success at Jackson State, now you see Michael Vick at Norfolk, DeSean Jackson's at Delaware State, or somebody else that just got a HBCU head coaching job too. Terrell Buckley is at Mississippi Valley State, I think. So you're starting to see, these colleges start to realize that maybe the NBA knows what they're doing. If you look on the NBA sidelines, it's littered with head and assistant coaches that played in the National Basketball Association.
That's true.
And I'm happy for DeSean. I'm happy for Clinton. I wish them all the best, but I think some of this stuff is long overdue.
And why do you say that?
Because for so long, former NFL players have kind of been ostracized from these positions. Not given the opportunity at the college level, not given the opportunities to be head coaches, to be coordinators on these different staffs. So I'm glad that some of my peers and colleagues are getting these opportunities. I think it's long overdue. And I think a hat tip has to go to Deion Sanders.
Absolutely, hat tip does go
because Bailey, a former NFL player, is never going to be qualified to be a college head coach. Because he left college, he did not go into coaching. He went into playing professional football.
Yeah.
So if you're just going by his coaching resume, what are you going to play 8, 9, 10 years in the NFL and then have to go be a GA for 2 years somewhere, an assistant position coach? Like, come on, man.
And
give these guys some shots and we'll see what they do with it.
And that's, not to bring up JB, but we've talked about that with him. And his biggest pushback is that Deion didn't go up in the ranks. Yeah, he did coach, but now you're seeing Michael Vick, DeSean Jackson jump into coaching, and they've never coached before. And that's his pushback. Do you feel the same pushback?
Not at all. And again, I respect and understand what JB is saying. There are some guys that have been career coaches who have the coaching resume to get the Delaware State head coaching job or the Norfolk State head coaching job. My point being, the NBA has never held that against their former players.
True, yeah.
College football has held that against former NFL players. And if you play 8+ years in the NFL, how are you going to get a good college coaching resume?
That's a great point, Shaun. Yeah, so exactly.
If you don't take the leap of faith and say, I like what Vic stands for now. I like the fact that he overcame adversity. He's from that area. We think he can be a great ambassador for the program, and he can help, develop and turn young boys into men. Give him the shot.
Absolutely. And you share a similar sentiment with Coach Leroy Frederick, Coach Fred, who we have on JB's show. He came on this show and said the same damn thing you did. So yeah, absolutely. And we'll get a chance to see DeSean Jackson and Michael Vick actually face off this season, November 1st at Delaware State University, Norfolk versus Delaware State. We'll get a chance to see 2 former teammates face off. Shaun, you looking forward to this?
I'm happy for these guys. I'm not going to say I got this circled on my calendar. It's in November, man.
Right.
I don't know what the hell mean. Norfolk State could be 0-10 by then, or they could be 10-0. Let me see how they do. They didn't get these jobs because these programs are winning conference championships and having, 8+ win seasons. So just for the public, these are 2 reclamation projects. These are 2 complete rebuilds at Norfolk and Delaware State. So it may take them a year or 2 to get the thing going the direction they want it in. So I'm going to show grace and patience to both young men. And, if they're able to do it in year 1 because of the portal and it's a good versus good matchup, then, hey, I'll be tuned in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, like you mentioned, definitely rebuild projects. Norfolk went 4-8 last year, and that's for Vic. And Delaware State's won 2 games in the last 2 seasons. So
right. So I mean, it ain't like they inherited like Jackson State when Deion left. Like
right.
These some rebuilds.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see it. We'll discuss HBCU more in the offseason, but we're seeing more former NFL players taking HBCU jobs in college coaching.